Yep, we're going to be practicing that one all night tonight.
I'll be calling him Kilo all night long.
Callaspo's batting fifth. That's easier. Kendall, Meyer, Betancourt, and Getz. Rich Harden is on the mound, as we mentioned earlier. The pitching profile brought to you by Mercedes-Benz.
6 starts overall, looks pretty good. 2-1, 3.52 ERA. But Monday he really stepped it up. As we mentioned in the opening, 94, 95 with his fastball. That's what we think of when we think of Rich Harden. Other pitches were terrific. Much better control, didn't walk a batter. His last 2 starts are both wins. Even though 2 starts ago against the White Sox, he really wasn't sharp. But he pitched well enough to win. He walked 5, hit 2, gave up 4 hits in 6 innings, but held them, the White Sox, to 3 runs. Last time against Oakland, in Oakland, it was terrific.
The Red Bull has been consumed. The bullpen salutes itself, or some such. And we're good to go. The bullpen had nothing to do other than slam Red Bull yesterday because C.J. Wilson went all the way. We'll talk more about C.J. right off the top here tonight because he continues to be one of the big stories of 2010, not just for the Rangers, but in the American League. A 1.51 ERA, and the fans were chanting his name, chanting those initials, CJ, in the 9th inning last night. And according to CJ, this is a direct quote, "That was rad."
Well, he was definitely pumped up, and he responded to that by getting through the 9th inning.
So you have
with a little help from Elvis.
Yes, yeah, that was a great play that Elvis made in the 9th. Anytime you can beat Zach Greinke, pretty cool. The Rangers did that yesterday. Couldn't do it last year at all. A 4-1 final. The Rangers are alone in first place for now in the West. DeJesus bombs away in the left center field. That ball jumping. Hamilton's back and he runs it down.
You gotta have excellent speed and get a good jump to catch that ball. DeJesus gave it a ride, and Josh wasn't playing all that deep in left field. That was just athletic talent taking over to make that catch. Hard to imagine a big guy, 240 pounds, making that kind of move.
Yep, that's where it's all athleticism right there. 1 up, 1 down. Scott Podsednik comes up next.
First night against Kansas City, the ball was really carrying. Last night was a normal night. If you wanted to hit a home run, you had to hit it pretty well. Tough to tell tonight, although that ball looked like it carried pretty well.
Harden retired 21 out of 24 Oakland A's on Monday. In the start before that, it had been 5 walks, 2 strikeouts. And instead against the A's, it was 0/9. Rich Harden supplies our Geico quote. It really was one of those don't think, just pitch deals for Rich Harden. Just blocking everything out and just letting his natural ability take over. Another fly ball. And Bourbon ranging back.
I think that really is true. Whether you're a pitcher, a hitter, a golfer, a free throw shooter, you can practice your mechanics between starts, between rounds, between at bats, before the game. But once you get in the batter's box, once you get to the first tee, once you get on the mound, you got to forget about your mechanics and go get the job done. And trust that the work you've done has gotten you to that point. If it's not, then you work on it the next time. But very difficult to perform in professional athletics if you're out there thinking about your mechanics. It takes away from the concentration that you need just to perform whatever task it is you're trying to perform at that level. Spring training might be a little different, but once the season starts, it's all about getting the job done.
Billy Butler, the batter. 17 runs batted in, a strong start for him. He had a great year last year. Kind of an under-the-radar season for an under-the-radar team. He had 51 doubles last year. Only the Orioles' Brian Roberts had more in the entire American League.
Yeah, and Brian Roberts probably had, I would guess, going 3-0. Wow. I would guess Brian Roberts probably stretched 10 singles into a double.
Yep.
I keep calling him Billy Buckner. Billy Butler, when he gets 51 doubles, they're legitimate doubles because he wasn't stretching any singles into doubles.
Harden, who didn't walk anybody in Oakland, has already walked Butler here tonight. Defensively, we've already heard from a couple of outfielders, Hamilton and Bourbon. David Murphy is the third Ranger outfielder tonight. Young, Andrews, Kinsler, and Smoke, they were dazzling at times yesterday, all of them. Harden working to Matt Trainer. Rich hasn't faced these Kansas City Royals in 5 years. That's an entirely different lineup, obviously, than when he matched up against him back then. Tony Pena was still the manager then. Now the Arlington native Trey Hillman is in charge, and Trey had his uniform number for UTA retired by the Mavs this afternoon, right before their game against Stephen F. Austin. Congratulations to Trey. Today at Clay Gould Field. Pretty nice for Trey Hillman. He's going in the Southland Conference Hall of Fame in about a month, too. Towards short. Elvis Andrews waiting on it. And Kila. Thank you very little. Here's the final out of the inning. Rich Harden's work is done for the first. Gil Mesh will be on the mound when we come back.
And he's struggling with his pitch count. Almost 21 pitches per inning. That's the most in the American League, with pitchers at least with 20 innings.
Took that away from Rich Harden, who was leading for a while.
He's had 5 starts and averaged 4 2/3 innings. That's the result of throwing 21 pitches an inning. It's very seldom you're going to get out of the 5th inning. Missed the first week of the season with shoulder bursitis.
All over the place on his first 2. So a very patient young hitter. Elvis Andrews has the most walks on the team. He's also in the night with an 8-game hit streak. There's a strike according to Mark Carlson, your home plate umpire tonight. Well, the Rangers can get Elvis on. We'll see if they kick that running game into gear right away. The Rangers are third in the big leagues in stolen bases. Elvis has 11 already. And he is on.
So far, it's only 5 or 6 pitches. This does not look like Gil Mesh when we've seen him throwing the ball well. This doesn't look like he's got any kind of rhythm right now.
Michael Young steps in against Mesh. And yeah, Gil Mesh, a guy that grew up in Lafayette, Louisiana, but fairly routinely traveled a couple hundred miles with his family to watch the Astros play at the Astrodome because everybody in that family just adored Nolan Ryan. And Nolan will check out Gil Mesh from only about 120 feet away tonight. Michael Young takes on the outside corner. Well, the two big guys in the rotation for the Royals, Zach Greinke and Gil Mesh, both of them winless. And here it is, May 8th already. Greinke's just run into some bad luck. His ERA is 2.5, but Mesh is every bit of 0 and whatever. He's 9.89 for the ERA. Again, Greinke outdueled by C.J. Wilson yesterday. And C.J. begins with 6 quality starts. He's only the 3rd Ranger ever to do that. Kevin Brown did it in '93. Charlie Huff way back in '88. That's it. Elvis not going, and Michael Young drills it with foul. Into a sea of red shirts tonight, and a lot of those red shirts are because of Michael Young. First 8,500 kids tonight got the Michael Young jerseys.
A little earlier in the season, Ian Kinsler had a night where they had his shirt. They're really nice replicas.
Close over there. Jeff Nelson with the call.
The quality of the giveaway items has gotten better and better over the years.
I would definitely agree with that.
I can remember when if a player had that kind of a night, it would be a T-shirt that sometimes might not last 2 or 3 washings, but these are really nice.
Elvis is going this time, and on a breaking ball, Elvis easily in there to steal his 12th of the year.
Big jump, slow pitch. Kendall didn't have a real good shot at it. Elvis gets a good sized lead to begin with. Had a good jump. Kendall had to rush his throw, and maybe if he drops it right on top of the bag, he's got a chance. One thing Elvis does almost every time he steals a base is he takes a peek in so he knows what's going on at the plate. Doesn't just run blindly into second base, which a lot of runners do when they're straight stealing.
Another breaking ball, and Betancourt tears after it. He'll steady himself and whip it to first, but Michael Young does his job getting Elvis to third. Betancourt's got such quick feet.
Betancourt can make all the plays. He's got a strong arm, too. But as we saw last night, he just at times can be a little careless.
About 5 minutes after all that happened, Ian Kinsler had a pop up his way. Eric Nadel pointed out that Ian, who never catches a ball with 2 hands, did catch a ball with 2 hands right after that. And talking to Ian about that before the game, he said, you know what, I didn't even notice that I did that, but that's probably why I did that subconsciously. Hamilton will pick up an RBI, grounding to first. His 18th of the year, the Rangers on top. That's
just kind of stealing the run right there. You got a walk, a stolen base, a ground ball up the middle, and a soft ground ball to first, and you got 1 run on the board. But with Michael pulls the ball to shortstop instead of moving him over to third base. That's just a harmless out and no run. You got to execute as well.
Vlad Guerrero's at bats have quickly become must-see TV here in the Metroplex. You just get that sense he's going to do something memorable up there at some point every game. Every swing has meaning. Every swing is just fierce. The Coors Light cold hard blast yesterday was able to take one out to left field on a curveball.
Yeah, he just hung that right up there. That might be the worst pitch Greinke's thrown in 3 years right there. As pinpoint as he is, that curveball just slipped out of his hand and rolled up there about belt high. We showed this before when Zach got the ball back from the pitcher. He kind of tapped his chest as if to say, yep, that's my fault. I don't usually make that pitch.
Change up that time, and Vlad missed it. That's a bad-looking bat he's got there, too, isn't it? Looks like it's a year and a half old.
Well, he doesn't break bats as often as other players do.
Now, Vlad swung at that pitch last night. He's going to go retrieve this ball. Here we go. His helmet has been kept a lot cleaner this year. Have you noticed that? He used to have that pine tar just caked all over it. And because Vlad doesn't use batting gloves, the pine tar is a pretty important thing for Vlad to have. Got to have a little bit of grip on that bat somehow. Taking a walk, Vlad Guerrero.
Well, the way he's hit the last couple of weeks, you can't blame Mesh for being careful to him. We talked that Mesh has had a problem with his pitch count, averaging 21 or 22 pitches a inning. He's at 18 pitches right now in the first inning after a couple of walks.
Ian Kinsler takes up and outside. Ian had a nice chat before the game with a great gentleman of the game, now working on the Royals broadcast, their Royals Hall of Fame second baseman Frank White.
Frank's a graduate of that same academy you talked about with Ron Washington.
Yeah, they were the two most famous guys to come out of there, and Frank was a defensive star for the Royals, 1973 all the way through the late 80s. 8-time Gold Glover. His number 20 is retired by Kansas City. Vlad is going. That's 4 steals for Vlad Guerrero here in 2010. He's doing it all.
Well, Mesh is slow to the plate. I don't know if he expected Vladdy to be running right there, but Vladdy's got good instincts on the bases. And I think just the fact that he got a big jump right there, just the fact that he's been running as much as he has early in the season tells you that he's feeling so much better this year than he did last year. His legs bothered him last year, his shoulder bothered him. He's feeling pretty well right now. And Mesh should have to be a little quicker to the plate to keep the Ranger runners from taking advantage of that. Really hasn't given Jason Kendall much of a chance tonight.
Vlad has said there's really no trying to stick it to the Angels or anything like that. I mean, he's not out there on some mission to prove them wrong or anything, but he's doing things this year that I guess the Angels figured he could not do. And steals, and that's a good example. His average total of steals each year, the last 3 years as an Angel, was 3. For the year, he's got 4 already here in 2010. And here indeed is one of those long innings we were talking about for Gil Mesh. It gets longer. 3 walks in the inning. He's now walked 3 batters at least in every start. This is 3 just in the 1 inning.
I'll make the first inning call right here with David Murphy.
After the visit from Bob McClure.
David was hitting the ball so well in batting practice that Clint Hurdle screamed out from behind the cage, "Where are they going to play you, Murph, in the upper deck today?" So I'm going to go on that little clue right there and say David's going to get a hold of one right here.
Well, Clint's got a voice you can hear in Grand Prairie, too.
You can definitely hear him.
Clint, of course, came up as a hotshot prospect with the Kansas City Royals. A big part of what they were building, along with George Brett, just when they were really getting good. Let's see if that batting practice turns into something here in the first inning. Off speed outside corner. $15 balls and only 10 strikes so far for Mesh. Not a good start to 2010 at all. You mentioned he missed the first week because of that sore shoulder. He missed all of September last year with the same thing.
Well, he's a much better pitcher than what we're seeing tonight. It just doesn't look like he's 100% right now.
David Murphy reported that he had a full day today. There was a birthday party that one of his kids was invited to, so all the Murphys ended up at Chuck E. Cheese all day today. David said, yeah, I mean, it's fun, it's great, but it's exhausting.
Yeah, that'd be the greatest way to get ready for a big league game. But when you have little kids, you don't have much choice.
Taken on the outside corner. Mesh found a way out of the inning. The Rangers strand 2 and score 1. And they lead at the end of 1-1-0. And see who's enjoying the game. And a nice cold Budweiser. Budweiser, it's what we do. That's a hint, folks. If you want to be on TV and you're over 21, make sure you got a Budweiser in the bottom of the first heading into the top of the second. You might get on TV. Rangers and Royals heading to the second. It is 1-0 Texas. Alberto Callaspo will lead it off. First, we go to Jim Knox.
All right, thanks, Josh. Community Corner tonight. Well, it's our good friend Karen of the Texas Rangers here to talk about the upcoming Rangers triple play, and the theme is rock.
That's right. You've got about 2 weeks left to purchase tickets for this year's Park Place Dealerships Triple Play event. You've got a rock theme with some musical guests, some, of course, the annual rookie song, and as well as some other musical guests will make the night a really fun night.
Okay, big rock theme. And those who want to take part in this, what do they need to do?
They need to visit TexasRangers.com/triple play or dial 817-436-5933.
There we go. Okay, Karen, good seeing you. Josh, back to you.
Thank you. Thank you. We look forward to seeing everybody there. I hear the incredible cover band Independent George will be making an appearance. Yeah.
All right.
Our sound engineer Toast has a band too. I can't say the name of the band though.
It's going to be a tough ticket to get.
Tickets are available though. Contact the Rangers if you'd like to come. There's Callaspo yanking one into the right field corner as the Royals have that tying man at second base and nobody out. Now 6-game hitting streak for Callaspo. There's a foul by Kendall. Not often you see in the same game 2 players go up there without batting gloves, but we've already seen Vlad Guerrero, and here's Jason Kendall with the same approach. But also with about 380 fewer home runs. Towards right, Murphy's got it. He made a juggling catch last night, too.
Well, Kendall's trying to go that way. He's trying to move the runner over to third base, making a strong effort to do that on the 2 swings he took. Just got it up in the air a little bit. A little blooper was an easy play for David.
Number 7 man in the order is Mitch Meyer. Young in a bit at third. And Harden paints on the outside corner. Mark Carlson's given that outside corner tonight, the home plate umpire. Now trying to come inside is Harden. Rangers starters have gotten at least 5 innings now in 13 straight games. Hadn't been a complete bust in a couple of weeks by anybody. That ball heading towards Hamilton near the line. And he'll put it away. The one change we're going to see, I guess finally a change with Ranger pitching. There hasn't been a move made regarding the pitching staff all year until today. But Derek Holland is on his way up. Matt Harrison apparently headed to the DL with that biceps tendonitis. And Holland could not have proven himself any better this year at AAA with that ERA of 0.9.
Right, the Rangers did whatever they could to keep Derek there as long as they could for the experience, but he pitched so well and the opportunity arose. He was the logical choice. Great start to the season for Derek.
That Oklahoma City team keeps on winning. Jared Saltalamacchia's hit streak is up to 13. They lost yesterday to Okie City to former Rangers prospect and #1 pick Thomas Diamond up in Des Moines, Iowa. That team has not been losing a lot, though. They're 17-12. And the Rangers at 16-14. They've got the best record in the AL West. Fouled away by Betancourt.
Doug Gibson and his wife Suzanne are here tonight with their families. And it's happy birthday time for Doug. Thanks for being here, Doug. And hope you have a happy birthday. Hope the Rangers bring you a big win tonight.
Soon to be Rangers owner Chuck Greenberg celebrating a birthday today as well.
That's what I heard. I know Chuck's hoping for a win.
That's the
to
gift
bring him a happy birthday.
Yeah, gift that keeps on giving is that one.
And there's Chuck.
There is Chuck Greenberg wearing his Rangers gear.
Good pitch right there from Rich Chandon with a fastball.
Whoever fouls the ball to Mr. Greenberg tonight is online for a raise.
As long as it's not a line drive off the pinky finger or something.
Harden trying to finish off Betancourt. Betancourt had 2 of the 5 Kansas City hits yesterday. And again, C.J. Wilson went all the way. In a scant 2 hours and 9 minutes yesterday. Quickest game at this ballpark in 4 years. On the ground near Elvis Andrus. He'll pick it up and take care of business. A leadoff double and no worries. Still 1-0. To nothing, and Justin Smoke with a 7-game hitting streak stepping in there against Gilmesh. One thing to clear up real quick too, no actual move has been made yet regarding Derek Holland and Matt Harrison. That is what has been reported to be coming down the pike, but it's not a move that has been officially made yet, just to clear that up. It is still pretty stunning that you go until May 8th in this day and age and not even ponder a move with your pitching. Pretty much every team in baseball has made at least a couple so far this year. That one in on Smoke. He's going to bounce it foul down near first. The Mets have Ike Davis from that same draft class making a huge splash for them as a rookie first baseman, and now the Rangers with Justin Smoke, and Justin starting to make the same kind of splash. And the guy that he replaced is tearing it up down at AAA. Chris Davis still hitting around 370 down there. 10 runs batted in his last 10 games. And that's a lot of what Justin's been doing, just being patient, getting a lot of walks. It's 4 walks for the Rangers already. Only 7 men have batted.
It was a leadoff walk to Elvis that started off the first inning. He stole second. Justin may not steal second. The Rangers kind of stole a run in the first inning, got a run, didn't get a hit, but they moved the runners around. Michael moved him to third. Josh brought him in with a ground ball.
Runner goes. It's Justin Smoke on the run, and he's going to get his first big league steal.
I take that back. I said he may not steal second. First pitch, he did steal second. I think they feel that they can run on Gilmesh. Gilmesh is very slow to the plate. It's almost like a windup to the plate. That actually wasn't a straight steal. That was a hit and run. You can tell by the way Matt swung at that pitch to try to protect the runner way out of the strike zone. But the pitch was so far out of the strike zone, he couldn't make contact. And Jason Kendall couldn't handle the pitch and make a throw to second, so it just goes as a stolen base. What was a hit and run. The
Rangers ran wild against Tim Wakefield, remember. There's Trainer doing his job. Again, the Rangers do this just textbook. A walk and a steal and a bouncer that moves the runner.
That was a good job right there. When a batter does that, you can tell that he's doing it intentionally, and Matt certainly did that.
Keep in mind that Wakefield, 8 of those 11 the Rangers got. We'll see how much they keep running on Gilmesh.
He's going to have to vary his delivery to the plate, or anytime a fast runner gets on, they're just going to steal second base.
Now the infield crawls in here for Kansas City.
They were back with Hamilton hitting. They're in with Bourbon hitting.
Now, Julio, I thought, made some real strides yesterday. He had a 9-pitch at bat against Zach Greinke at one point. Ended up doubling. Couple of hits yesterday, and now the batting average back to 200.
That same little ground ball will not score Smoke, because the infield is closer, and he's not quite the same runner that Elvis is.
Takes here to make it 0-2.
Now you really have to battle. You just have to put the ball in play. Get the infield in, a ground ball goes through easier. Fly ball scores him. You really have to bear down as a hitter right here. Try to make some contact, put it in play.
Did he go? Yes, he did, says Larry Vanover. And the at-bat is over for Julio Bourbon.
He had a fastball the first pitch. He didn't swing. That's a bad call right there. He reached with his hands, but the head of the bat never came through. Didn't look like it either.
Elvis Andrus will try to save the inning. And he's done it with a base hit to right field. 2-0.
Elvis continues to be remarkable with men in scoring position early in the year. Nice big 2-out hit. They've been in the game with an on-base percentage over 40%. Got a walk and an RBI hit.
Got a 9-game hitting streak now, too. And he's in position now where maybe he can steal a base again.
I'd have to think he will be going right here. This is a perfect chance to go. To get thrown out, Michael leads off the next inning. See if Mesh does anything. Throws over there, steps off, uses a slide step. Well, he's going to throw over there for sure. Wakefield could not stop the Rangers. There was nothing he could do to stop the Rangers. He was slow to the plate, and he was throwing a knuckleball, which made it tough.
And the Red Sox catchers, Victor Martinez and Jason Varitek, are not exactly pudge back there.
The Royals did pitch out once in this game with Elvis on base. See if they try that again.
Elvis is going. Kendall will skip the throw, and Elvis has done it again. The Rangers have 4 steals in the first 2 innings.
That just wasn't a very good throw by Kendall. I think he had, if he makes a real accurate throw, Elvis got a pretty good jump, but I think a good throw right there has a shot to get Elvis, but the throw is way offline. Four stolen bases in 2 innings.
Don't put it past Elvis to steal third, too, if Mesh isn't careful. Elvis likes that play. Though you do like to give Michael Young a chance to hit with a runner in scoring position. .33 steals now for the Rangers. That is second to the White Sox by just a couple. The stolen base is kind of making a comeback all around baseball. There are very few teams right now who don't run. The teams that don't, I mean, it really stands out. Baltimore is only 7 out of 15 this year. They've been caught more than they've actually successfully stolen.
I think, Josh, more than ever, teams are concentrating, not more than ever, but more than recently. They're concentrating more on defense and having speedy outfielders to track balls. And there's not as many bombers in the lineup as you might have seen 10 or 15 years ago. I think that does translate into more of a running game, less of sit back and wait for the power to come through.
Yeah, just in general. I mean, it's more about athleticism now and less about brawn.
You sure can't win without power, but I think teams are trying to be a little more balanced now. stressing defense. The ideal player, someone who can run, play good defense, and provide you some power. That's why guys like Nelly Cruz and Josh are so valuable.
I guess that power thing is the last frontier for Elvis Andrus, because he's got everything else plus the leadership abilities and the charisma and all of that you just described.
Well, someone asked Ron Washington the other day if he thought Elvis throughout his career could stay in the leadoff spot. And there's no doubt that he could do that, but I don't think you could limit him to that. I think down the road he might be a guy that could hit second or third in your lineup. Obviously, depending how he continues to develop.
Kiahua to Mesh to end the inning. The Rangers do get another run, 2 more steals as well. 2-0 Texas will play the third. And on car insurance by AT&T. See what's new from AT&T. Go to att.com. And by Whataburger, just like you like it. Beautiful night for baseball here in Arlington. It was 77 and sunny all around the Metroplex today. We're at 70 degrees right now, a little bit of a breeze. Rich Harden facing the former Chicago White Sox, Chris Getz. Left-handed hitting second baseman will take a strike. The team that gets left behind isn't hitting at all. The White Sox as a team hitting .223. Driving Ozzie Guillen crazy. They've got 41 home runs, and that's the second most in the entire American League. But that's about all they're doing offensively, just hitting them out. Three and two to this number 9 hitter. Harden so far has allowed a double and a walk. And he's leading 2-0. Got him. Finishing off Chris Getz, and we go to Jim Knox.
All right, Josh, right here on the home plate concourse, they have the All-Star Balloting Center set up to go vote. That's right, computers are here. You vote up to 25 times for the Rangers as your favorite team. You can win 2 free tickets to an upcoming Ranger game. Sister Francis, did you vote all Rangers?
Darn right I did.
You bet.
Go Rangers!
All right, Sister Francis, way to go. Josh.
I thought Jim was going to pat her on the head there for a second.
Boy,
Thank you,
for
Jim.
so many years, Sister Francis, Sister Maggie were fixtures at the ballpark. Still get out frequently.
Top of the order, David DeJesus. And Harden levels the count 1-1. We get emails every once in a while, inquiries about where Zonk is. Not at every game over the last several years.
Zonk is not a regular. Every now and then you'll hear that drum beating down there.
I think every ballpark has just fans that you come to know over the years. Another 3-1 beginning for Harden. That's what happened with Getz, but he came back and got Getz. Again from 3-1 to 3-2, and let's see if he can replicate what he just did with the number 9 guy.
Quality strike right there.
This time it's going to be drilled in a right, and Murphy is back at the wall, and he's got it.
It was a little bit worrisome coming off the bat. If you think back to a couple of days ago, Butler hit a home run right there. The ball didn't look like he hit all that well. And I'm not sure DeJesus got all of that ball, but he hit it pretty well. 2 days ago, the jet stream would have flown that thing out of here. Not today, though. David's there to make the play. 2 straight 3-1 counts. But Rich came back home and got the hitter.
And DeJesus has now been robbed both in left and in right in this game. Remember, Hamilton ran one down to start the evening. See, that trip to Chuck E. Cheese didn't take anything out of him.
No, David's fine.
Here's Podsednik, who went upper deck for a 3-run home run on Thursday night. Trainer setting up a little bit inside. And Harden hits his spot.
You could tell he put a little extra on that one. 91 for strike 2, and then 94. See you later.
Good week for Rich Harden. 10 scoreless innings in a row. Bottom of the third has begun. Ball 1 to Josh Hamilton. Gilgamesh has had a tough time throwing strikes. Already 4 walks for the Rangers and 4 steals. Change up behind Josh. The Rangers do lead 2-0.
The Rangers have had 2 leadoff walks, and they both scored. Andrus and smoke.
Oh, those bases on balls.
And they each stole second base to go along with it.
A lot of off-speed stuff here to Hamilton. Vlad Guerrero to follow, then Ian Kinsler. And the veteran Gil Mesh brings it. And there it is, a fastball to strike out Hamilton after all the slow stuff. Ranger fans, this season it is easier than ever to find the seats you want or sell tickets to the games that you can't make. StubHub, the official fan-to-fan ticket marketplace of the Rangers. Go to StubHub.com, choose your seats today.
Our friend Ronnie Goldman, his son Craig. Ronnie's been a season ticket customer for the Rangers forever. Just saw him out in Oakland, as a matter of fact, with Phil
Yes,
Crow.
sir, yep.
That was the day we saw first time in Oakland. They were sitting together side by side. By the end of the series, they were a seat apart.
Now they're not
falling out.
Not even in the same section.
No, I've heard they're back. I heard they're back together now.
Oh, good.
Phil's on camera tonight. Can't sit down there with Ronnie.
Yeah, but Ronnie could go up and sit with him.
I guess he could.
Just saying. Now look, they're together again. So sweet. Vlad Guerrero nails one into center field, and the dive in center by Meyer, and he's got it.
Well, he wasn't sure whether to pick that ball on a hop. Was it a line drive single to center? And then he realized how hard it was hit. In fact, it was going to go all the way out there. And he goes, I better go after that. That's a beautiful diving catch. You see that one in the highlights. Nice play. Well, he had to use all of his glove and all of the dive for that one to stick in the top of his glove. Nice play.
What if I don't watch TV tonight? Will I see it on the highlights then?
No, if you're not watching TV, it'll just be in your mind. You might remember it in your dreams.
Betty White is hosting Saturday Night Live tonight. I'm going to watch that. Betty White's like 88.
She's a spunky thing, isn't she?
She is a spunky thing. 2-0 the count to Kinsler. I'll TiVo the highlights.
I used to like her on Boston Legal. She had a couple good roles in that.
Here comes Meyer again, but this could be the second baseman's ball instead. Getz will make that catch, and our salute to Betty White is over. Rangers 2, Royals nothing at the end of 3 tonight. The most combined home runs ever hit at a game at Rangers Ballpark in Arlington. We did have a bunch of home runs hit here the other night, that 13-12 game. Most home runs total in a game at this ballpark. It's been open since 1994. Rich Harden has pitched here as an Oakland A and has pitched very well. Tonight as a Ranger, doing just fine. One hitting the Kansas City Royals. Rich has retired 6 straight with some help from his defense. right at Billy Butler, and it's quickly 0-2. Check some scores for you this inning. Red Sox fans might want to cover their ears. It did not go well today at Fenway. And the Yankees continue to serve notice that they are the better collection of millionaires right now. The final at Fenway today, 14-3. Mark Teixeira, who remember spurned the Red Sox years ago, he hit 3 home runs.
Looks like his slump's over.
Well, April is over, so it's just kind of Texas thing. Base hit for Billy Butler. Behind in the count, but comes through anyway. Second time the Royals have had a leadoff hit.
Nice swing, big pitch to hit.
Boston, by the way, now tagged 15-16. The Yankees improved to 21-8. They've won 6 straight.
The Red Sox were having a pretty good homestand. They had just swept the Angels 4 straight.
Yeah.
Then the Yankees killed them 2 in a row.
Red Sox are 6-1 against the AL West. They are 6-12 against the AL East, and that's a problem. Check swing and a strike to Kila Kaihua. Guess where he's from, Tech?
Hawaii?
Yes, you are correct.
Yeah, the Red Sox problem is they're about 7 or 8 games behind 2 teams right now. 2 really good teams, 2 teams that are better than they are.
They're a full 3 behind Toronto now, too.
It'll be tough for them, even though there's a long way to go.
Nice play back in the crowd on the foul ball from Kila Kaihua. Kaihua had the pinch hit double that gave the Royals that 12-11 lead the other night. Rangers came back on the back-to-back home runs. Got him. Aloha.
I don't think he was looking for that fastball behind in the count like that. He probably thought Rich was going to try to maybe waste a pitch, get him to swing at a bad pitch. Instead, he brings it right over the plate, right in the center square.
Now Alberto Callaspo, who doubled into the right field corner in the second. Rich Harden's former team and the Rangers' closest competition right now, the Oakland A's, a 4-2 winner over the Tampa Bay Rays today behind Ben Sheets. He struck out 8. And Andrew Bailey on for the save, a 4-2 final. Callaspo's at it again. He's going to dunk one in the left. He's 2 for 2. But he's got to be the quietest 300 hitter in the American League right now. Two on now for Jason Kendall. And check our Jack in the Box standings. The AL West with the Rangers and the A's jockeying. And the Mariners fading. They have lost 7 straight and got shut down by the Angels yesterday.
Yeah, Felix Hernandez lost 8-0 to the Angels yesterday.
Jared Weaver real strong. Harden and Kendall, one-time battery mates in Oakland, and Harden's going to win out.
A nice quick out after a couple of singles, first and second. Good high fastball right there, got it in. Kendall got tied up, a little pop up to first base. Big second out right there for Rich.
Kendall knows all of Harden's tendencies, obviously, since they used to play pitch and catch together. Harden simply made a good pitch. Changeup for a strike to Mitch Meyer. And a pretty good changeup, looks like, from Rich Harden tonight.
I think the big thing for Rich is so far in the game, 2 outs in the 4th inning, is continuing the trend from Oakland, throwing a lot of strikes.
Did Meyer offer as a question, and the answer is no.
Did have 1 walk. He walked Butler back in the 1st inning. But he's come back from a couple of 3-1 counts. 56 pitches.
And he fires the fastball outside. Orioles beat the Twins today 7-3. First win for Jeremy Guthrie. Baltimore improves to 9-21. Francisco Liriano losing for the first time. Got to watch out here. 3-1 now. Yuniesky Betancourt on deck. Towards second. Kinsler can't get it. David Murphy is up with it, and he's firing home. Not in time. The Royals are on the board. A 2-out RBI hit from Mitch Meyer. First and third now, the situation.
Well, Meyer got ahead in the count, got a fastball that hit, and hit it past Ian for that RBI hit. Meyer had a huge spring training. Seemed like he was getting 2 or 3 hits every game in spring training. Big 2-out hit for him right there.
Betancourt, we mentioned, had 2 of the 5 hits against C.J. Wilson last night. Tonight is grounded to short. Gonna flick that one foul. Tigers beat the Indians today 6-4. Well, Miguel Cabrera having some kind of season. Had another couple of hits today. He's number 1 in the league in hitting. And his teammate, the rookie out of Denton, Austin Jackson, is number 2. Austin Jackson leads the American League in hits in his first year as a big league player.
Cabrera leads in RBIs as well.
There's a foul beyond smoke. Tell you who's tearing it up in the National League, Tom. You got a Triple Crown guy in the National League right now. It's the Dodgers' Andre Ethier. Doing it for a last place team, but he's got the best batting average at 376. Most home runs with 10. Most runs batted in at 32. Harden trying to finish off Betancourt, but first he'll zip one over to first. Going for the outside corner, didn't get it. The Royals only 11-19, but as we've talked about in this series, they can hit a little bit. Pitching has been their undoing. Harden delivers, and Betancourt will pop it towards right. Kinsler back and Murphy on. Harden's out of the inning, leading 2-1. home runs hit in a game here at this facility. We've seen 10 a couple times, and it happened within about 5 weeks. One after the other. The Rangers hit 8 and the Astros hit 2, and then the Rangers hit 8 and the Angels hit 2. David Murphy almost decapitates Phil Mesh.
That was hit just like the one that Butler hit, only right straight back at the pitcher. Thank goodness it didn't hit the pitcher. Wow.
The Rangers already have 4 steals. Their lead has been shaved to 2-1. And you're running here with David Murphy tag.
Boy, that is close right there. Well, they've been running almost every time they've had a man on first base, so I think it's a consideration. And thank goodness Gil Mesh got out of the way of that ball. Wow. He stopped and thought about that one for a few seconds, and I don't blame him.
Smoke takes outside.
One reason you might stay at first, with the first baseman holding the runner, you've got that big hole for Justin to shoot at.
Justin begins his Ranger career wearing number 12, just as Hank Blaylock did. Hank, of course, eventually shifted to number 9. Hank is currently playing AAA ball for Tampa Bay in Durham and tearing it up. He's hitting .378. Near first, and that's a fair ball. It's bobbled and recovered. And the out achieved. On the play, Murphy scoots down to second, so it works kind of like sacrifice. Folks, you can still purchase 2010 mini plans, making it easy to choose a plan that's right for you based on schedule, benefits, and price. 14 great matchups. You get some Cubs in there. You get the 4th of July game. Visit TexasRangers.com or call 972-RANGERS for more information. Real nice crowd here tonight at the ballpark. And Tom, you've lived here a lot longer than I have, but I mean, you couldn't ask for a better, just Chamber of Commerce, perfect afternoon than what we had today.
No, I think the weather early in the season's been great here.
No humidity, just a little bit of a wind.
Definitely a little cooler than you would normally expect it, even this early in the season.
If anybody had, like, double-header T-ball action today, perfect.
Great day for it.
Matt Trainer is going to loft one towards the crowd. Rangers had about 30,000 here last night. Similar looking attendance tonight. Maybe even a shade more.
Yeah, it's filled in good. After there's a lot more people here right now than there was in the first inning. A lot more people, as a matter of fact.
See the lights of the ballpark as you're driving by. You say, why not? You know, it's a perfect night. You can go see a movie some other time. Mother's Day baseball tomorrow against these Kansas City Royals at 2:05. And the Rangers have Monday off, and they'll play again Tuesday night against Oakland. That one squirts away from Mesh. You remember, walked 4 of the first 7 that he faced tonight, but has not walked anybody since.
Well, he's settling down nicely. Throwing the ball pretty well now. I think one thing he did is he's gone more to his off-speed pitches, which has helped. Made his fastball a little better. He's got better command of his fastball right now than he did early. Rangers only have 2 hits.
Slowly up near third. That's foul. By the way, tomorrow it's going to be Scott Feldman on the mound. Feldman, of course, a 17-game winner last year, but has started this year 1-3. And I think right now, Tag, now that Rich Harden is starting to come on a little bit, that's the guy you look at. Say, all right, if Feldman gets going, then you're really comfortable with what the Rangers roll out there.
Yeah, it's nice to see Rich throwing the ball well. And you know Scott's going to get it together.
Trainer punches another one into the crowd. Boy, he's a tough at bat. He's only hitting 205 or whatever he's hitting right now, but he's up there for 6 or 7 pitches a lot. Worked well with C.J. Wilson yesterday. C.J.'s going to have the second best ERA in the league because Liriano lost his game today for Minnesota. His ERA went up a little bit. Inside the trainer. Bourbon to follow. He checked his swing, and there is walk number 5. Go out on the limb and say this will not be a complete game for Gilmesh tonight.
I think you're safe there. Yeah, you're way ahead in the count to Matt. Trying to throw the fastball, but couldn't command it the last couple of pitches.
Mesh, a former Seattle Mariner, a couple years ago got a contract for 5 years and $55 million. Great stuff, but as a Royal so far, Tag, he's 20 and 25. An ERA of about 4.8.
He struggled last year. He had a pretty good year 2 years ago. In fact, he did have a good year 2 years ago. Well, last year he was hurt, missed the last part of the season. He was 6 and 10 with an ERA over 5. Has not in his career, except one game last year that I remember, pitched very well here. So had 9 starts in this ballpark. His ERA is around 7.
When they signed him those 3 years ago, he was, as the Royals said at the time, the finest pure arm on the open market. The Royals wanted to send a message to their players and their fans that they were going to compete for a guy like that. Not just simply go out and sign Elmer Descends every year and call it a day. But as for return on the investment, not exactly what they had hoped for yet, but you can see the stuff is still real good. In for a strike to Bourbon, and he did strike out back in the second. Action begins already for the Royals in their bullpen. Slowly hit towards short Betancourt. The quick shuffle pass, and Bourbon hits into a double play. So the Rangers threatened a little bit, but they could not score. It's still 2-1 at the end of 4. Harden makes the start for the Rangers tonight, and he's been helped by some defense. David DeJesus robbed a couple times. Josh Hamilton got him in the first inning. David Murphy would take his turn in the third. Rich Harden doing some of his own work tonight. He's got 3 strikeouts. He's got a 2-1 lead over the Kansas City Royals as we go to the 5th inning. We'll visit with the former Kansas City Royal, Mr. Steve Busby, in this inning as well. You'll hear from Buzz on the postgame show tonight. The Rangers Live postgame show. And Buzz, right now, Rich Harden trying to make it back-to-back solid starts for the Texas Rangers. Your thoughts on how he's looking tonight?
Josh, I really thought this was an extremely important start for Rich Harden. You mentioned trying to go back-to-back. And, it's one thing to be not throwing the ball or hitting the ball the way you want to, and to have a good outing or a good at-bat. But when you string a couple of them together, for a pitcher, it's really, really important to be able to back that up. And I think if Rich continues what we've seen the first 4 innings, he's got a good chance of making that a long-term deal. And I think the Rangers then would have the guy they thought they had signed as a top-of-the-rotation kind of starter.
When he's been wild, it seems like he's been up, way up in the zone. Is there anything to that, anything he can do differently?
Well, yeah, there are adjustments you can make to bring the ball down. They're a little bit different for every pitcher. But, I think Rich Harden overall tends to be a high ball pitcher, even when he's throwing extremely well. His misses typically are going to be up, maybe out of the strike zone. That's why he gets a lot of fly balls.
2-2 delivery is up. Chris Getz, the number 9 hitter for Kansas City. Never want to walk that number 9 guy, right?
It's not generally a very good idea.
You don't want to walk 1 through 8 either, but swings and hits a towering pop-up back into the crowd. Obviously, that game that Rich Harden had in Oakland, Buzz, that was the guy that we remembered, really, when he used to pitch against the Rangers. Well,
yeah, Josh, I think he was in a comfort zone in Oakland, and he had a lot of things working for him that night, and a lot of good things happened early. I thought that Angel Hernandez, the home plate umpire, had a fairly generous strike zone, and I think Rich found that out early in the ballgame.
That ball slashed foul.
And that does nothing for a pitcher except make you more confident. You see a pitch that normally is not called a strike. Maybe it's an inch off the plate or 2 inches off the plate. All of a sudden it's rung up. You say, oh, yeah, hey, I got one tonight here. If he keeps doing it, then you feel better. And I think Rich, with the familiarity with the surroundings, he had a perfect storm, if you will, going for him.
Another high pop-up. This one in range for Justin Smoke, and he's got it.
Buzz, when you were pitching, did you know the umpires well enough so that when you started a game, you studied who that home plate umpire was and what his strike zone was?
Tom, I didn't study it, but I had a pretty good idea of what guys liked, favored what part of the plate. And some guys tended to call the high pitch more than others. And, when you and I played, the big balloon chest protectors were used by the American League, and that tended to make the high strike more favorable in that league.
Yeah.
Some guys were more prone to call an outside pitch. Maybe give you an inch or 2 on the corner. Some guys were, very few guys I found called a pitch off the inside corner for a strike because they were sitting right there and could get a real good look at it.
Yeah.
David DeJesus, the batter. I ask both of you guys this question, and Buzz, you first. Were you friendly at all with umpires, or just did you decide I'm not talking to these guys because it's a business relationship, or were there some guys you wanted to talk to?
I wanted to, but they wouldn't talk to me. So no, I think the relationship between player and umpire was entirely different than it is today. At least in my opinion, there was much more respect for the ability to do the job. And I don't mean to say that umpires can't do the job today, but there was a different give and take between the players and the umpires. I think everybody was more concerned about not showing an umpire up because you don't want to make him mad. And now I don't think that thing is there. So it tends to be a little bit different relationship.
You'd be more prone to call an umpire sir back then than you would today, it sounds like.
I think the one thing you could do back then is you could argue with the umpires a little bit better, and they weren't as quick to jump right in your face. I think they'd let you get a little off your chest in the heat of battle. And, if you kept it up, then you had a problem. But you made it short and sweet and didn't show them up. I think they accepted that a little bit better. My philosophy always was to try to have a nice relationship with all of them. I felt if an umpire had a good relationship with you, on the play that can go either way. Not that he would try to give it to you, but maybe somewhere subconsciously that might come out and be your benefit. Other people look at it entirely differently, that you have to be tough and you have to argue every call to gain the umpire's respect. So I think it pretty much boils down to what's your personality.
Yeah.
You know, who are you?
Well, that's a good point about the arguing with an umpire too. I never argued. I never screamed at umpires. It didn't do any good.
No,
screamed at myself a lot. But you know, the big thing I think was, if you're going to argue with some guy, do it in a manner that didn't show him up, didn't let people sitting in the stands watching or watching on TV think that you believe that he blew.
Would you have your catcher take that? I mean, would Fran Healy be more likely to do that instead of Steve Busby, for example, in Kansas City?
To me, and Buck Martinez, of all the guys that caught me, I think was really good at that. A really good relationship with the umpires. Oops.
That ball jacked down the right field line by DeJesus, bending. It is fair. It's a home run. This game's tied 2-2. Boy, it's another deep at bat, another deep count. And DeJesus, who had been robbed twice on some well-hit baseballs to the outfield, this time he buries one.
I think the key for whether a catcher's arguing or a player, especially for catchers, don't turn around and do your arguing. Stay in your crowds, keep your mask on, and get your words in. That wasn't a terrible pitch. It was down and in, an off-speed pitch. And kind of got down underneath it, got it up right down the line into the rectangle down there in right field.
Ball one to Scott Podsednik. DeJesus, who was 4 for his last 30, keeps this one fair. Podsednik will foul one the other way. All right, so Buzz, we've talked a bit about Rich Harden tonight. What about Gil Mesh, who started out with 4 walks in his first basically inning tonight?
Well, I didn't get a chance to see him in spring training at all, but he just doesn't look to be the same kind of pitcher that he was, say, last year or the year before. And I can't pinpoint it, Josh. He doesn't look as confident. Hence, he's missing with a lot of pitches that he wouldn't typically miss with. His breaking ball doesn't look nearly as sharp as I remember him having. But I think the numbers would bear that out. Gil Mesh is not the kind of guy that goes through a month and a week of the season and has an ERA just barely on the south side of 10.
Rangers have had the leadoff man on 3 innings out of 4.
Yeah.
Boy, that's the guy you don't want to walk. Scott Podsednik has 11 steals. And now that it's a 2-2 game, you figure that's a possibility for Kansas City. The Rangers have been running at will tonight. Kansas City has not yet. Mike Maddox always makes that physical contact out there. He'll put a hand on a shoulder or on a back. And Matt Trainor's radar has got to be tingling a bit right now, knowing that Podsednik is your runner.
Now, he's going to have to rely on Rich Harden to do a good job of keeping Podsednik from getting a walking lead or even a leaning lead. And vary the amount of time you stay in the stretch, throw from different places to first base, try to make it tough on him.
Billy Butler is a double play candidate. In fact, he leads the league, getting into 9 of them already. Chatting with Steve Busby, who will be part of our Rangers live postgame coverage. If you've got a question for Buzz, we'll show you how to get that to him in just a moment. To ask the analyst, you text your questions to 57538. And the keyword Rangers TV. Rangers live after the game tonight. Again, a lot of getting behind the Kansas City Royals tonight for Harden. He's only walked 2. And to his credit, I guess, Buzz, a lot of 3-1 counts tonight. He's rallied to get the man. But just a lot of 3-1 counts.
His counts at 86 pitches right now, so even though there hasn't been a lot of walks, you're right, there have been a lot of high pitch at bats.
The Royals have Jose Guillen on the bench tonight. Runner goes. That ball pounded into right center field, a base hit. But Sednick quickly to third. And Harden, who's definitely having a little bit of an issue right now after he got Chris Getz to pop out to start the inning. Homer, walk, single.
Well, Butler's a good hitter. He makes good contact, good solid contact. He uses the whole field. You already mentioned, Josh, that he had over 50 doubles last year. He had a couple of line drive hits and a walk so far in this game.
With Guillen having the night off, the cleanup man bats here, and it's Kila Kaihua, just up from AAA a couple of days ago. Swings at the first, and that kind of betrays the scouting report on him. Usually a very patient guy. Dustin Nippert, who was hit hard the other night, getting ready. Guillen given the night off tonight in part because he's one of 13 lifetime against Harden. And he's a righty. They get the young lefty in the cleanup spot instead. And a high fly ball heading foul. Now Harden, instead of 3-1, he's 0-2. See if he can polish off young Kila Kaihua.
Yeah, and you remember, Josh, that earlier in the year, Rich Harden bemoaned the fact that he was getting ahead of guys and not finishing them off. And this is very important that he reverses that trend here with runners at the corners in a tie ball game.
Infield at double play depth.
I'm not sure Rich has had a swing and a miss at a changeup yet in today's game. That's unusual. Usually it's a pitch that the other hitters, the hitters on the opposing teams chase, and a lot of times will swing and miss at.
We had 28 pitch fifth inning and still only one out. Rangers scored in the first and the second. Elvis Andrus has a couple steals tonight. Justin Smoke has his first big league steal tonight. Vlad Guerrero has another steal. He's got 4 already this year.
One of the things that plagued Rich in spring training and a couple of his early starts is the one big inning, and hopefully this won't be one of those big innings.
Boy, that one's up there a mile high. Michael Young with Elvis Andrus, and it's Elvis taking command at the last possible second. A little Hawaiian rainbow hit right there. And here is Elvis. Brothers hug.
You know, in the outfield it's the center fielder who is the traffic cop. In the infield it's the shortstop. Either one of them could have made the play. It looked right at the end that Michael gave way and let Elvis take it. They were both calling for it.
One of the adjustments Michael knew he had to make, shifting over to third base. He got so used to being that defensive captain. Now has to be a subordinate.
Well, that particular play, that's a pitcher's job to get over there and help both those guys out. Let them know that because they're watching the ball, and sometimes they can't hear because they're both calling. The pitcher's got to get over there and call the one that he thinks has the best shot at it.
Grounder, Smoke flags it down. Harden's got to get to the bag. He's there. He's out of the inning.
He didn't get a swing and miss with his changeup, but he got a weak ground ball to get out of the inning. So nice job after a tough start to the inning.
We say goodbye to Steve Busby. See you after the game.
All right, look forward to it. Thanks, guys.
2-2 Rangers and the Royals. has 2 steals. Has been using a bunt as a weapon of late too. He squares here but takes a strike.
Had the 2 bunt hits in the game against Oakland. Then he tried to bunt twice in a game a couple days ago. I think he had a great chance to beat him out if he laid down the same type of a bunt. Just didn't get the bunt down the same way.
Of course, Elvis defensively has been getting it done as well. The Home Depot presenting, doing more on defense. We'll take you back to the big play in the 9th inning last night. Justin Smoke dancing across the bag. Phenomenal play. Another one squibbed up near third. Elvis with that single in the second. Got that batting average up to an even 300 now. On base percentage still at 400 with all those walks. That's the kind of the holy grail for a leadoff man, right? Get that 400 on base percentage.
Yeah, very few of them get quite that high. I think if you're in the 370 range, you're pretty solid. 400, you're right up near the top.
Everybody knows 300 is the benchmark for a good batting average. I think you're right. 375, 380 is probably the equivalent of a 300 batting average when you're talking OBP.
You'd be real happy.
In the foul ground, Kilakaihua has got it, and we go to Jim Knox.
All right, thanks, Josh. Hey, we got a bachelorette party going on at the ballpark tonight. Girls having a good time. This is Dane. She gets married in June. You could have gone anywhere else. Why here at the ballpark, Dana?
I wanted a low-key evening to hang out with my friends. It's not really low-key anymore, though.
You get married in June. You got the bat here that says join Dana and Brad. Join the same team June 5th, 2010. You got any messages you'd like to say to Brad?
Sure. I look forward to our life together.
Oh, very nice. All right, girls, enjoy the rest of the game. Thank you. Josh.
Congratulations on the forthcoming nuptials.
Dana used to work for the Rangers. Good for her.
Michael Young in the left field and reclining to get it is Podsednik.
A couple of ropes the Rangers have had snared by the outfielders tonight. Vladimir had one that Meyer made. Podsednik makes a nice catch on this line shot by Michael.
Boy, Mesh has settled right down, huh? A little bit of help from his friends here, but
yeah, other than the walks, he's been tough to hit tonight. He's only given up 2 hits. 2 of the walks were leadoff walks, and they both scored.
Would you mind if I put in the call here for Josh Hamilton?
I wouldn't mind at all.
Just to break up the monotony of Mesh. Josh has 5 home runs now this year, including that big one the other night that tied the game 12-12. Grounder, nicely done by Kayaspo. Not real close on the call. Sorry about that. End of 5, tied 2-2. brought to you tonight by your Texas Chevy dealers, proud sponsor of Texas baseball. Rich Harden is going to end up going only 5 innings for the Rangers tonight. He gives up only 2 runs. That's the good news. But 95 pitches to get through the 5 innings, and he will depart now. The Rangers will summon some bullpen help in a 2-2 game in front of this big crowd. Our Verizon Wireless call to the bullpen, and Dustin Nippert never really seemed comfortable out there on the mound on Thursday.
That was a tough night to pitch. The elements were much in the hitter's favor, and there weren't many pitchers in that game that fared very well. I'm sure Dustin can't wait to get back out on the mound and have a good outing.
And now clean-shaven Dustin Nippert opens with Jason Kendall.
He's in position to get himself a win in a 2-2 tie.
Harden goes to 5 innings, allows us 6 hits and 2 runs. Rangers have only 2 hits against Gilmesh. A couple of singles. Veteran catcher Jason Kendall for Kansas City. His dad, Fred Kendall. Fred was a plugger on those miserable San Diego Padres teams of the 1970s. One of the best players they had. They had lost 110 in their expansion season of '69, and they followed up with 100-loss seasons for the next 5 years. In for a strike to Kendall, 3-2.
That's the 4th strike he's thrown.
The payoff pitch coming, and Kendall's going to stroke it towards the alley in left center. Hamilton's going to scoop it up and get it back in, holding Kendall to 1. That's too bad, because as we showed you there in that rectangle, looked like Dustin probably shouldn't have been behind 3-1, but Kendall waiting on the pitch that he liked, and he's got that leadoff single. Now Mitch Meyer pops up the bunt. Just about to say Meyer's one of those really fundamentally sound guys, but could not get the bunt down. Angels and Mariners play a little bit later. And the Angels, who broke a losing streak last night, had to put Meiser Torres on the DL today. LA is 13-18. Seattle's 11-18. Wave and a miss. Off-speed pitch from Nippert.
Out in front of a good changeup. Real good location, too. Tailing down and away. Wouldn't have been called a strike.
On 0-2 with the runner going. Trainer's got a shot here. His throw is going to be high. The tag is not in time. Jason Kendall surprising everybody with a stolen base.
Yeah, he picks his spots, but he can still run. He's a good base runner. And it would have taken a good throw. That's throw is high. If it's low on the bag, they've got a shot at him.
Years ago, Kendall was a catcher who really could run. We were talking about him the other night. In on the hands, and it's grounded to second base. But with that, Kendall moves to third with only 1 out. Betancourt comes up. We quickly go to Emily Jones.
Hey guys, lots of great stuff up on FoxSportsSouthwest.com. A lot of great Rangers stuff up there. A full interview with Vlad Guerrero. He is glad, though. Very glad these days. He's hitting so well. Also, too, a feature on Matt Trainer, a feature on Justin Smoke, and also some good stuff on Julio Bourbon, gentlemen.
Thank you, Em. Appreciate it. The Rangers have the infield in with Betancourt batting. And Kendall at third. The Royals, remember, have not won a game in this series yet. Fell behind 2-0 tonight, but they're poised to take a lead right here. Betancourt 2 for 5 lifetime against Dustin. Oh for 2 so far tonight. Again, the infield right into the lip of the grass. The Rangers will start the bottom of the 6th with Vlad Guerrero. We'll try to be in a 2-2 situation when that happens.
Well, Rich pitched out first and third, 1 out. Got a pop up and a ground out to get out of an inning where a fly ball could have scored a run. And Dustin's going to try to get out of this one. Third base and only 1 out.
Lined it. Elvis has got to go recollect that thing, and he will make the play on the first. He couldn't hold it, but most importantly, he held the runner.
All that is an assist instead of a put out. Hard hit ball, but fortunately it was right at Elvis.
They never did panic.
Couldn't tell if Elvis, no, just missed it. I thought he might have taken his eye off the ball to check the runner at third. No damage done, though.
Young still in a bit at third. Smoke even with the bag at first as Chris Getz comes to the plate. And Nippert missing down with it. Getz is 0 for 2. Having a tough start in his debut season as a Royal. It was a tough out for the White Sox last year. Seems to put the ball in play. Another of these Kansas City guys with speed. Mike Maddox will head on out there to make sure Nippert can get things back together. Rangers and Royals tomorrow. A quick reminder on the Mother's Day game. First 15,000 fans 14 and older get a Mother's Day reusable bag courtesy of J.C. Penney. Get your tickets by going online at texasrangers.com. Oh, right at him. Now 2-1 with DeJesus on deck. He's the guy that's hit the ball real well 3 times tonight. He's not exactly in the on-deck circle. Not that there really even is an on-deck circle. Three and one. DeJesus getting a pretty good look at what Nippert features from where he's standing. Caught the corner.
If that one's a strike, I'd throw it in the exact same spot. See if you can get it called twice. A tough pitch to hit.
Well, I mentioned Getz is a pretty tough out. Even though he's hitting just 196, he will battle you up there. Inning started with a single and a steal. The Royals trying to take their first lead of the night. Got him! He got Getz to end the inning. Royals strand the man at third, and it stays 2-2. $200 and dinner for two at Sonic. Good luck to Benny Laxon from Crossroads, Texas. If a Ranger hits the grand slam this inning, we're giving away $25,000. You can register at any North Texas Sonic restaurant. A good contestant here to hit one out. I'm sure Gil Mesh knows that. Gil Mesh has only allowed 2 singles tonight. Came into this game with a .989 ERA.
Through in the mid-20s as far as pitches go in the first inning, but has really settled down. Be able to stay in the game in the 6th inning.
Vlad doing a nice job of not getting himself out here. They just keep pitching him way away. He was willing to take a walk in the first. Hammers it into left field. You can't keep a good man down.
They throw it near the strike zone. He's going to rip it. Boy, he's swinging the bat right now.
His home batting average is now .470 with that.
Yeah, that's a bad spot. At least he kept it in the ballpark, though. It's only a single. Vlad was running when he walked in the first inning. Stole second base. Rangers stole 4 bases in the first 2 innings. Haven't had many base runners since then, though.
Kinsler is going to take down too low. The Rangers have gone 5-2 since Kinsler's been back. A 5-2 month of May so far. The Rangers, the last couple of years, their best month has been this month of May. Mediocre Aprils and marvelous Mays. That's been kind of the trend of late. Brad Thompson up for the 2nd time in the Kansas City pen. Kinsler showing bunt. And they're going to say he offered at him. Ian trying to laugh it off. Guerrero paces off at first, and Ian takes down and outside. The A's have won today. They're within a half a game of the Rangers.
Definitely trying to keep it down and away to Ian.
Look out. Ooh, Vlad barely in under the limbo stick.
That was close. Not sure if Kayahue got the tag down or not. Let's take a look. They just barely got back in time. First base umpire's right on top of it. Jeff Nelson.
Vlad's going this time, and Ian twists one foul. Vlad looking for his 2nd 2-steal game of the year, after he had only 2 steals all of last year. Vlad goes again. Kinsler towards center, base hit. Vlad turns on the Jets, heading to third. He is out at third base.
That's a great job by Meyer. You won't see an outfielder make a better fundamental throw than the one Meyer makes. He has a great ball to throw. It takes a nice hop to him. And he doesn't have it in the glove very long. He takes one step and gets rid of it and throws a one-hop throw to third base. That's as good as you can do it. And if you're making a training film, that's how you do it. He's taking his crow hop before the ball even went in his glove. I don't think you can't see a better throw than that.
So Kinsler now taking over as the runner. And I guess we're right back to talking about the potential of a stolen base now with Kinsler.
Yeah, I think the Rangers are wanting to run. And they've got a guy that can steal a base on base. Looked like Mesh got it to the plate a little bit quicker than he has been during the game. Something I'm sure he's aware of. You got a tie game, middle to late in the game. You definitely don't want to see a stolen base put a guy in scoring position right here.
Murphy, who's got a couple of nice running catches in this game, and he's 1 for 2 at the plate. And Justin Smoke on deck. Murphy with a ground ball that chips off the back of the mound. Betancourt turns a double play. Boy, the Rangers with 2 hits in the inning, and nothing happened. Rangers 2, Royals 2 at the end of 6. Has robbed David DeJesus tonight. David Murphy has robbed David DeJesus tonight. The Rangers have been running all over the place. They've got 4 steals. That led to a couple of quick runs early in this game. Well, the aforementioned David DeJesus got his revenge. Rich Harden dealt it, and DeJesus beat him that time. It's a 2-2 game as we go to the 7th. And the Rangers make another pitching change. Dustin Nippert gave the team an inning. Now the guy who's emerging is Mr. 7th inning for the Rangers. Here is Darren Oliver.
If you look at the top of the lineup, you've got DeJesus and Podsednik, 2 left-hand hitters. And that's a good spot for Darren to come in late in the ball game. The one lefty that Ron Washington has out in the bullpen. You're going to use him. This is a good spot for it, top of the lineup.
Again, DeJesus tonight, 3 well-hit baseballs. 1 that actually got out, 2 that were run down. Frustrating night offensively for the Rangers, managing only 4 hits, and they've all been singles. That ball chopped inside the bag at third. Quickly up with it is Hamilton, and DeJesus has got to screech on the brakes. Great job by Josh to get over there.
And that was a beautiful play by a great athlete. That ball's right down the line. You've got a fast runner dying to go to second base. And watch how quick you saw Meyer make a beautiful play. This is an even tougher play. A left-handed thrower going down to the line has to turn all the way. If Elvis doesn't cut this ball, it takes a 1-hop bounce right straight to Ian at second base. He would have been out by 10 feet.
If we see it again, you'll see Hamilton make that spin and the throw pretty much all at once. And to get it in with any kind of accuracy when you're spinning around like that, basically 270 degrees, I mean, that's real tough to do. Step and throw. Oliver eyeballing to Jesus. Will pitch to Podsednik, who's going to strafe one into center field. A base hit. 2 on. The 2 lefties get it done against Darren Oliver. Real good speed aboard here. And a guy with some, I think you'd have to say, alley power here. Billy Butler coming up.
Butler is a good contact hitter, hits the ball hard. What the Rangers are dying for right here is that ground ball, get a double play.
Butler leading, in fact, not just the American League, but both leagues sitting into double plays. Already 9 of them. Got another lefty on deck. Here's the one righty in the mix, and there's that ground ball. Michael Young has got it. 5-4-3 double play.
Royals do have Jose Guillen on the bench. Someone's going to hit for him. Can't tell if that's Guillen coming out right now or not, but boy, that's a nice double play. Taylor made right to Michael. Perfect throw to Ian. Perfect throw back to first and make it look easy.
Guillen would be the logical choice here. He's 4 for 12 with a home run in his career against Oliver. These guys were very familiar with each other. Kind of passing in the night with the Angels. And Darren O'Day is in the bullpen for the Rangers. Would the Rangers go get O'Day to face Guillen? I suppose is the question. Do you trust Darren Oliver?
Well, I trust Darren Oliver. It's just a matter of whether you'd like to have the right-hand hitter against Guillen more than Darren. We'll see. Ron Washington has ultimate confidence that Darren can get the job done against righties or lefties, and he's going to use it right here.
Again, Guillen did not get the start tonight with the 1 for 13 showing lifetime against Rich Harden, but this is a great guy to just pull in off the bench. The Royals have had chances to take the lead tonight. Got a real good one right here. Guillen will tomahawk one foul.
One of the smartest things they've done is put those screens in front of the dugouts. Those balls come shooting over there. It's pretty much eliminated guys getting hit by the ball. Still happens occasionally, but not like it used to.
A go-ahead man at third. And it's back to Darren Oliver.
That's some nice pitching.
Out of the inning after it was 2 on and nobody out. A little veteran savvy right there. And at the stretch, it is still 2-2. Baseball on Fox Sports Southwest, brought to you by the Ford F-150. Ford is the best in Texas. And by Southwest Airlines. Go to southwest.com, grab your bag. It's on. Well, the Rangers have Justin Smoke leading off. He's got a 7-game hitting streak on the line. And this big crowd, 36,000 plus tonight, wanting to see the Rangers bust out a little bit. Only 4 singles in this game. That ball dribbled to first, and Mitch Meyer, who has just moved to first, will make that play.
That's the exact same ball that Justin hit to first base last time up.
Yep, sure is. Meyer has moved in from center to play first base. It's now going to be DeJesus in left. Scott Podsednik has moved over to center. And in right field, Jose Guillen stays in the game. And Gil Mesh, boy, I tell you, it did not look like Gil Mesh was long for the 7th inning, the way that the first 2 innings went, but here he is.
Now, he just didn't look comfortable in the first inning and even the 2nd inning, but he settled down. He looks comfortable now. Just a matter, I think, of finding his rhythm. He's throwing a lot of strikes right now. He had 4 walks after 2 innings. He's only walked 1 batter since then. His fastball still has good velocity. And after the first inning, his off-speed pitches have really come into play. Done a nice job.
Matt Trainer showing a little Gerald Laird right there, a catcher wearing number 15, trying to bunt his way on. But he is down 0-2. One and 2 now to Trainer. First time that Meyer's being used at first base. We've talked about his versatility and his fundamental soundness. We've already seen it on display as he just kind of wanders in from center, makes that play at first. Thinking ahead with Bourbon on deck. Wouldn't mind Bourbon trying to push a bunt up that way. Meyer probably didn't have a lot of practice covering that.
I'd love to see Julio get on just so he could steal second base.
Julio, believe it or not, has gone 16 games now, Tag, without even attempting a stolen base.
Well, yeah, it's just a matter of getting on base enough to take advantage of the speed.
Trainer pops one towards right. And there's Guillen. Well, Gil Mesh, right around 100 pitches. Having walked 4 of the first 7 batters that he faced tonight. Only 1 walk since then.
You have to give Mesh a lot of credit. He came into the game with an ERA of 9.89. Opponents were hitting .353 against him. He'd walked 18 in 23 innings. And it looked like much of the same after the first inning. And since that time, he's settled down. He's throwing the ball the way he's capable of throwing it.
Well, there's the squaring around to bunt.
That's pretty much what Ron Washington was talking about the other day. It's not that Julio is a fundamentally unsound bunter. It's just that he's bunting at pitches that are out of the strike zone. Nobody can bunt that pitch. It's a good idea to bunt to try to get on, but you have to get a good pitch to bunt.
Been behind all 3 at bats tonight.
Yeah, he just caught in between. Swinging at pitches out of the strike zone and taking the good pitches to hit. It's just kind of a vicious cycle to be in when you're struggling as a hitter. Just kind of pressing and fighting yourself up there. Take a deep breath, relax, and let it happen.
Mesh will scoop it up. Gil Mesh performing well. A 2-2 tie tonight at the end of 7th.
move to the 8th. The Rangers and Royals tied at 2 apiece. And Josh and Tom, time for the progressive fan of the game. It has to be Langdon. She comes all the way from Paris, Texas, brought her choir friends with her. They got posters, they got shirts rooting for the Rangers. Having a good time?
Oh, yeah! Woo!
Well, here's the progressive bag, the hat, the shirt. You guys enjoy the rest of the game, all right?
Thank you, Paris, Texas. We'll be home late tonight.
Late tonight, yeah, a couple hours away. There you go. Way to go, Josh.
All right, Jim, thank you very much. Jim was almost on dance cam right there. They've got a great new thing going here at the ballpark. Would you believe Dancing Nolan? Nolan Ryan.
That was too funny.
Superimposed against a disco backdrop. And Night Fever playing from the Bee Gees.
That was great.
Nolan just kind of shaking his groove thing. And if Nolan's doing it, the fans have to. I mean, you know, there's just kind of no two ways around that. Chuck Morgan, you're a genius, sir. Nolan, I think, is plotting revenge. Chris Ray is taken over on the mound in a 2-2 game. And Callaspo is going to foul one away. Take you up to the scoreboard. This is what we were looking at with Elaine Bennis in the background and Nolan kind of leading the way. We are officially supposed to be having fun at the ballpark now.
That's fun. Chuck Greenberg was laughing so hard it looked like he was crying down there.
Callaspo to left. And Josh Hamilton has got it. The Rangers tightrope their way through it. In the top of the 7th inning, our Jaguar extraordinary play. Darren Oliver on the mound and needed this double play. He got it.
The Royals have had a man on third base and one out in the 5th, the 6th, and the 7th. And haven't been able to score. Actually, third base and 2 outs in the 7th inning. 1st and 2nd, nobody out. They've had good scoring opportunities the last 3 innings. Dustin, Darren, and Rich all pitched out of them.
Kendall to be followed by Mitch Meyer. The Rangers have now used 4 pitchers tonight. It's been Gilmesh all the way for Kansas City. After a real wobbly first inning. Mesh is absolutely settled in. Grounder to short. Elvis Andrus is there. 2 up, 2 down. And boy, it sets up nicely in the bottom of the 8th inning. For the top of the order coming up, it'll either be the Kansas City bullpen, which has not performed well this year, or it'll be Gil Mesh at about 108 pitches. Looks like they are sticking with Gil Mesh.
Well,
or the Phantom.
Mesh just cruised through the 7th inning quickly.
Wave and a miss by Meyer.
Good sinker right there. Meyer trying to pull the ball. $36,349 at the ballpark tonight. Great walk-up crowd tonight. They were expecting about 26,000 tonight. And the draw of a first-place team in this perfect weather. A good night at the gate. Right in with that fastball, and Meyer fouls it back. Angels lead the Mariners 1-0 in the 5th. Boy, Seattle just can't score. Doug Fister pitching well, but the league leader in ERA is behind 1-0 in the 5th inning. Twins trying to capture the nightcap of a doubleheader with Baltimore. They're up 3-1 tonight after the Orioles won today 7-3. Flicked away foul. Yankees all over the Red Sox 14-3 today. 3 home runs for Mark Teixeira.
The Yankees improved to 21-8. We'll see the Yankees a couple times at the ballpark this year. They're in August 10th and 11th. That's midweek. And then the weekend after Labor Day in September. Opening week of the NFL season. The Yankees are in Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Another ball fouled away by Meyer. A's over the Rays today, not the Chris Rays, the Tampa Bay Rays, 4-2. And the A's are just a half a game behind the Rangers. That's the 9th pitch of this at bat. We're going to see number 10 to Meyer. Up too high. Mike Maddox getting his running in tonight. Another visit to the mound. Yuniesky Betancourt coming up, who's a very tough guy to walk. Only 3 walks all year. 2 of them, though, the other night. A couple other scores real quick. The White Sox, who have not been hitting at all this year, hit enough today. Beat Toronto 7-3. Jake Peavy goes to 2-2, and Paul Konerko, another home run tag. He's got 13. That's the best total in baseball. Tigers beat the Indians 6-4. Justin Verlander with that win. Only 2 extra base hits in this game. Kansas City has them both. Double by Callaspo, and that solo home run by DeJesus that tied the score. Runner goes, and Betancourt's going to pop it up. Justin Smoke turning around on it again and makes the catch.
That might have been a run if he didn't catch it.
He found it, and now here come the Rangers with the top of the order coming up. Elvis Andrus will lead it off after this play by Justin Smoke. With more hits, but not more runs. It's 2-2, and Elvis Andrus trying to get the Rangers going now in the bottom of the 8th inning. Gil Mesh is still out there. Well, there is double barrel action going in the Kansas City pen. Elvis on base twice tonight, and his per usual fine defensive work. Rangers haven't scored since the second inning. KC scoring in the 4th and the 5th. That ball skipping back to the screen. We're talking about the defense. Our Coors Light Freeze cam, Elvis Andrus. As this ball was popped to that left side, Elvis taking control. Mesh dealing outside, 3-1.
Well, generally, in this situation, you're going to have to throw Elvis 2 strikes because he'll be taken, not all the time, but frequently he takes this 3-1 pitch.
He does, and the leadoff man is on in a tie game in the 8th inning. 6 walks by Mesh. And the Rangers have a base-stealing threat standing over there in Elvis Andrus. Already 2 steals for Elvis tonight. And Michael Young coming up. Michael came in tonight with really good numbers lifetime against Mesh. A .409 career batting average, but tonight he's 0 for 3, which maybe means he's due. Starting off with a strike. And that double barrel bullpen action that we mentioned. Hughes is the lefty, Thompson the righty. Hughes probably getting ready for Hamilton.
I would say so.
Andrus going. They're pitching out. And Kendall's throw is on the money. Well, they tried that pitch out earlier, and Elvis wasn't going. They pitch out here, and he's dead to rights. Kendall just had to wait for Betancourt to get there. And the Rangers, remember, made an out on the bases in the 6th, too. Vlad Guerrero caught trying to get to 3rd on a single.
Yeah, the Rangers would have had 1st and 2nd and nobody out in the 6th inning.
Took a perfect throw from Mitch Meyer to gun down Vlad at 3rd.
Well, the first 2 guys got a hit and only 3 batters batted in the inning.
2-2 now to Michael Young. The pitch count for Mesh, it's his largest of the year now, up past 110. Outside. Josh Hamilton waiting on deck. He had a big 8th inning home run on Thursday. Michael Young reloads. 7 walks by Gil Mesh tonight. Trey Hillman can't have a lefty up for no reason, can he? Well, the fact that he made it into the 8th inning, I think, is pretty remarkable. When he started out walking 4 of the first 7 batters that he faced. But this is going to, in theory, be it for Gil Mesh. The move hasn't been made quite yet. He's handled Hamilton pretty well tonight. And I guess that's the thought process here. Hamilton is 0 for 3. Hasn't gotten the ball out of the infield. But it's pretty stunning to see the lefty working. Mesh's pitch count at 115. And Trey Hillman says, go get him, big guy.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why you got the left-hander up in the first place. If you got 115 pitches and 2 straight walks, and you're not going to bring him into the ballgame.
Gil Mesh is making the big coin. He's making $11 million a year. And they're just trusting him to do the job here with Josh Hamilton.
Nothing wrong with that. You believe in your veteran.
And again, Hamilton has yet to prove that he can square the ball up against Mesh tonight. And Josh will roll one towards second base. Dropped by Getz. 2 on, 1 out.
know where to put him. You've got an empty base, but you can't walk anybody in this situation. Unless it's maybe Barry Bonds or somebody like that. It's a great situation for Vlad. The pitcher needs to throw him a strike and a go-ahead run at second base.
Brad Thompson is at righty in the bullpen, and he started the year in AAA. Mesh is at 117 pitches. Tough play for Getz, and he got there, but he just couldn't hold it. The rally warning appears here on the ribbon board. Mesh stays in there to face Guerrero. Big swing, strike one. Vlad Guerrero this year in this ballpark is a .470 hitter. For his career in this ballpark, .411. He has made himself so much at home in Ranger Red. High drive center field. Michael Young is going to tag at second base. And he will get to third. Put a charge into it, and the fans, well, they got excited for a moment. Now it gets to Ian Kinsler.
I think, as you just said, Josh, pretty impressive to see Mesh with 122 pitches still battling his way through the middle of the lineup. Trey Hillman believed in his veteran. He's leaving him out there to try to get out of this inning, and he's 2/3 of the way through it. Still got a couple of men on, though.
There is a theory that says even a tired starter, especially one making 11 mil, is better than the guy in your bullpen just up from AAA. Kinsler has been on base twice. The go-ahead man at third. Boy, strike one. Mesh is trying to navigate around 7 walks. Two strikes to Kinsler.
He must be looking for something other than a fastball right there.
They got Mesh to be a workhorse, and he's been doing that for him tonight.
He's still throwing hard. Last pitch was 93 miles an hour. It's almost like he's getting stronger as the game goes on.
Now, we talked earlier about how his childhood hero was Nolan Ryan. He knows that Nolan would go deep into a game, didn't want to come out if it was 2-2. The 1-2 pitch. We will do it again.
Neftali Felice is warmed up and ready to go in the Ranger bullpen.
Kinsler checks. And they're really making Mesh work. He has never thrown more than 128 pitches in a big league game. He's getting real close to that right now. Another foul by Kinsler. Trey Hillman with a lot of confidence here in the Louisianan Gilmesh. Two on, two out, the 2-2 pitch. Kinsler to right field, sinking, base hit! A throw to third, not in time. Down to second base is Kinsler. He's given the Rangers the lead.
Oh, what a great at-bat right there. He battled up there. He's down no balls and 2 strikes and gets a hit. And another great throw. This time Guillen to third base. Trey Hillman's out arguing the call at third base. Josh dove. The tag was on his back. It was very close at third base. Guillen almost throws him out.
Great throw by Guillen. But Kinsler dropping it down in front of Guillen. That's the big deal. Boy, he might have been out too.
Tagged him right on the helmet.
Fantastic at bat for Ian Kinsler. The 8th pitch plates Michael Young.
Wouldn't have affected the run. The run had already scored.
Boy, and Gilmesh, he battled too.
Yeah, I got to give Mesh a lot of credit in this game for what he's accomplished. Take another look. Strong throw, head first slide.
You got him right there.
Tagged him on the head, but he left his hand there first. Tough call. That's ultra slow motion, and I can't really tell.
The inning started with Andrews getting caught stealing. And the Rangers simply had to reload. And they did with another walk, an infield hit. And then Kinsler just depositing one at the feet of Guillen. I can't believe Gilmesh is still in this game. They had the bullpen warm for basically 3 innings. Murphy sends one towards left center. And we will go to the 9th inning. The Rangers have a shot to win this thing 3-2 thanks to Ian Kinsler. And here comes Believe. Airlines. Go to Southwest.com. Grab your bag. It's on. By Progressive. For a money-saving car insurance quote, call 1-800-PROGRESSIVE. And by the Ford F-150. Check out the 2010 F-150 and drive one. Ford is the best in Texas. Ian Kinsler coming through with an 8-pitch at-bat. He singles down in front of Jose Guillen. And now it's Neftali Feliz who will come in and try to seal the deal, make the Rangers 3-0 in the 3 games played against Kansas City so far. Big crowd of 36,000 plus will be energized by the mere appearance of Neftali Feliz and that 100-mile-an-hour fastball. Mike Aviles, who struck out against Feliz just the other night, is going to pinch hit. That for Chris Getz, who had a shot to get the Royals out of the inning last inning if he had fielded that ground ball cleanly from Josh Hamilton. And the Rangers making something out of very little in that 8th inning. A couple of walks, an infield single. And now here's Feliz. Michael Young guards that line at third. Top of the order, De Jesus on deck.
Please. Go ahead, Jeff.
I'm sorry, Tag. The Rangers have been out hit by 3, but they lead by 1.
Feliz had the save in the first game. Didn't pitch in yesterday's game, but he warmed up to come into the game in case he was needed.
Towards right field, David Murphy can't get it. It's down in front of him. Didn't want to risk diving and having it get by him. So Aviles, who struck out against Feliz on Thursday, comes through with a pinch hit single, and the Royals are just not going away. If the Rangers do hang on and win, it would be a complete game for Gilmesh after all. It would be an 8-inning complete game in which he walked 7. De Jesus, a tough guy to double up. But the Rangers have that infield set to try and get this done. There's a strike. Feliz struck out the side for that save on Thursday, that 13-12 win. 10 runs short of that both ways tonight. This will be a rare thing indeed for the Rangers to win a game in which they don't get a single extra base hit. Walks and singles getting it done tonight. And those 4 early stolen bases in the game. Towards short, Elvis Andrus has got it. To Kinsler for 1, to first. Double play!
A little bit different for Elvis tonight. First game, it was power, just forcing the ball right by the hitter. Tonight, it's throwing a sinker, getting a ground ball, and turning a double play.
Scott Podsednik will bat. 1 out left to get. Steve, right one. You saw Gilmesh still winless here in 2010. He left everything out there tonight.
He sure did.
Up and outside. You'd really prefer not to face Billy Butler, the guy on deck. Big power hitter.
And the other thing, if the Sednick gets on, he's a definite threat to get into scoring position with a stolen base. Let's end it right here.
Getting close.
There's a changeup right there. He took something off his fastball.
Towards the crowd. They're all standing right now anyway. Should be a happy birthday for prospective owner, Mr. Chuck Greenberg, huh? The 2-2. Up and away. Fly ball. Michael Young looking. Does not have a play. In the air to center field. Ball game. (3-0) to start the homestand for the Texas Rangers. Kinsler had the game-winning hit in the bottom of the 8th. A tremendous at-bat against a tough-luck loser, Gil Mesh. The Rangers still in first place. It's 17-14. And a good all-around team win tonight. They'll go for the sweep tomorrow afternoon. Emily Jones and Steve Busby standing by for Rangers Live. Again, the final 3-2 Texas.